Okay, we're here for Chazz and DJ presents Week 17 NFL picks and college picks for the college bowls. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. My guest picker is Dan Foley. He's my friend for 30 years, probably 30, 35.
Yeah.
We knew each other at St. Jerome's.
Yep.
We're
Bowling.
Altar Boys, if I remember right. We're Altar
Yes.
Boys together. Yeah, that's a long time.
Oh,
Man.
yes.
Okay, so and we were bowled back at Monmouth Lanes when Monmouth Lanes was open.
Yep.
Those Monmouth Lanes days. All right, so what we're doing first is Week 17 picks. I gotta take Tony out. By the way, anybody was expecting Tony, I do apologize. He was having technical issues, so he could not come on. You know, anybody friends of Tony, if Tony's watching, maybe next time Tony will figure it out. All right, so here we'll go. First game we're picking. Indianapolis Colts at the Giants. We're both Giants fans, and I think we both know who we're picking. But Dan, I'll let you go first.
Well, I am picking the Giants. I feel they're going to win, and if they win, they're in to the playoffs. And let's go win the playoffs.
You know what? I don't disagree. I'm actually going the same way. So that would be Giants for both. Okay. Next. Oops. Okay, next game. We got Jets at Seattle. That's a doozy one because we know Mike White's back. But
that's a very doozy one. Mike White's back, but I believe Seattle's going to win that game. Geno Smith wants some revenge with his old team, and I know the Jets need to win to stay alive. But being in Seattle, I just feel that Seattle's going to win that game. Probably by a field goal, though.
Wait. I think Tony's trying to come back on. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I can get him in.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hold on. I got to add you back now. Hold on a second.
What?
I can hear you. We just can't see you. Is that good?
Yeah, I don't care. That's fine.
Okay. We see your face. I guess that's good enough. So, just to introduce, this is Tony Tomadong, my buddy from Majestic Lanes. We've known each other about 3-4 years since I've been up here. Yeah, he's a pretty good bowler. He bowls on, what do you bowl on? Tuesday nights and Friday nights, right?
Yeah, Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, he's been trying to get me on Tuesday nights, but since I got the podcast, I can't really do it. So, at least not yet. But okay, so I got to add you back, Tony. Now that you're back.
Yeah, it's just weird because I couldn't connect, and then it's like I couldn't hear you, but now you can't see me.
That's okay. Well, we see your picture, and that's enough. That's all enough that we know who you are. So, all right. Of course, I can hear probably Beth in my head. She's probably saying, "Get on with it already." All right. So, Tony, we did this pick. Let me say this. Okay. So we did the first pick. I'll go back to it. Indianapolis Colts and Giants. Both me and Dan both picked the Giants. How about you?
Yeah, I'm going Giants all the way.
Going Giants too? Okay. NYG. Okay, so Dan, you said you were, but now we're in the second pick. It is New York Jets at Seattle. Dan, you said Seattle, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, let me get that. Seattle. How about you, Tony?
I'm going Mike White.
Oh, he's going with Mr. White.
Wow.
And YJ. Okay, so I'm trying to remember who I picked on my pool. And either way, I think it's Seattle. I think the travel and Mike White and just may not be enough. So I'm going to go Seattle too. And I could be wrong on who I picked because I might have picked the Jets in pool house, but that pool house is different. So, all right. Next game. Oops. I keep hitting buttons I shouldn't be. All right. Next game. I know we won't probably hate both these teams, and that's fine. But New Orleans at Philadelphia. Game 3. Let's go Tony first.
I'm going blowout Philly.
Blowout Philly.
Yeah, Philly's going to destroy them.
Okay.
Even without a quarterback.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm going with Philly too because they need to win at least one game to keep Dallas behind them. So
True.
I'm gonna go with Philly because it's at Philly. They're gonna play everybody, and it's just gonna be a huge blowout.
Yeah, I'm basically picking Philly for the simple reason that New Orleans really doesn't have an offense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just I definitely kind of agree it's probably gonna be a blowout, but although from what we saw with Dallas, there is some defense in New Orleans. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. That's just me, but I'm still picking Philly too. So, all right. So we all got Philly. So right now we're all the same except for that Jet game. All right. Now we go to our tonight's game. So I'm assuming we're not watching it. We're all on this right now. So
yes,
Thursday night, Dallas at Tennessee. I'll go first on this one. So honestly, I wanted to pick Tennessee. I picked Tennessee last week, and obviously I didn't realize that Tannehill was out. I don't think even at home they got a shot to beat this offense. I mean, Dak actually played his ass off. So no doubt. In defense, see that's where defense might be their bugaboo. And I think Micah Parsons opened up a can of worms he probably shouldn't have last week. So I'll still pick Dallas, but yeah, I think that's going to be a little tighter than we actually expected. If we were to go by points, I might even pick Tennessee to I think it's like a 12.5 point. I might pick Tennessee to cover, but Dallas to win. All right. Dan.
Yeah, I'm going with Dallas too. I just think that their offense is too big for Tennessee without Tannehill. And I don't even know who the starting quarterback for Tennessee anyway is.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be someone they got from a supermarket. We really don't know.
Yeah. From Acme.
Yeah.
All
right, Tony.
I'm picking Dallas. Dallas needs to win.
Yeah.
If Philly can lose the next two games and Dallas wins, Dallas can win the division.
Yeah, I just don't see I don't see Philly losing either game. No. I hate to say it again with our Giants, but I don't see Philly losing either game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys. I think they're going to definitely cover. Tony? I think they're going to cover the spread too.
You think they're going to cover? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I don't always bet cover because I'm not usually good at it. So. All right. We're next going to go to Battle of LA. Now, I have to go with Tony first. He is the Chargers fan.
Yeah, I'm a homer.
You're going to be a homer on this one, right?
Yeah, I'm taking my boys.
You're taking your boys. Got it. Danny?
Yeah, I'm taking his boys too. I just feel like the Rams are just like tired. And even though what's his face is doing good, but I just think the Chargers, because they still have a chance to they can make the playoffs. So
they're already locked for the playoffs.
Oh yeah, the Chargers already locked in. Yeah,
last week they did lock. Okay, so yeah, I'm just still gonna go the Chargers. I
want to pick the Rams to be different.
Me too.
Especially with Baker being as good as he is.
Yeah.
I can't. It's LAC all the way. I just I like Baker and I like what he did. I mean, he shocked the world with shutting them down left and right. I mean, he took advantage, and this is what he did, which Aaron Rodgers didn't do last week. Like when Aaron Rodgers and the Packers won 26-20, he didn't win that game. The other team lost. Yeah. And it was simple as that. Baker really won that game, but I don't think he could do that 2 weeks in a row. Not against the Chargers.
So. I think the only way the Rams win is if their front four destroys the Chargers' offensive line. That's the only way they're going to win that game.
That's interesting, Tony. I didn't think about that.
Aaron Donald.
This is why I wanted a Charger fan on for this.
I don't think he's playing. I think he's out.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah,
then we might have a chance.
I think for some reason they said Donald was out.
Wow.
Yeah, because the Chargers are playing like pretty much backups at both tackles. So, yeah, if you have a good edge rush, the Chargers are in trouble.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I thought I heard that, but I could be wrong. Like I'm usually wrong, but
I'm sure somebody will. There'll be a comment somewhere will tell us. If anybody does watch this. All right, number 6. We got Sunday night game of the week. Excuse me, guys. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. Danny, what do you got?
I'm gonna pick Baltimore only because they're home.
Baltimore because they're home.
That's the only reason. Because both teams, Baltimore's better, but Pittsburgh hasn't been playing to their par.
Gotcha. Tony.
I am going to go with Pittsburgh in this game. Yeah, I kind of was leaning towards Baltimore, but Baltimore can't put up points. And neither can Pittsburgh, so I'm guessing it's going to be a low-scoring game. But I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Okay. So I'll agree with you on the low scoring. I don't think they're going over more than 35. Like a 17-14 game, And in a 17-14 game,
that kicker.
I'm going to go Baltimore because I think he can actually score 2 touchdowns, and they got a better kicker than Pittsburgh does.
Mm-hmm.
So, I hate to say it, and the fact that they're home, I think the home fans are going to actually somehow will this team to get a win because they need to stay in some type of playoff contention. I forget what their record is, but with Lamar out, it's been bad. So yeah, I'll go with Baltimore on this one.
I still don't know how Baltimore has 10 wins.
Record is strength of schedule. I tell you, if Baltimore was a college team, they wouldn't be top 10. I mean, I did the power rankings a little bit on Tuesday of how the Giants were. The Giants are 10th in power rankings out of the top 14, and you wouldn't think that with the offense we got. So, I mean, it's got to be strength of schedule. They must have such a weak strength of schedule that's probably what it is. So, but of course, the NFC East is going to get the boatload of hard games next year because we're so good now. So,
and I believe NFC East is going to have all 4 teams in the playoffs.
I don't know if the Commanders are getting in. I don't know. They're good enough. Like they got the quarterback they want, but what about Chase Young? Is he back yet?
Who?
Chase Young. Their defensive.
Oh yeah, he played last week.
Oh, he played last week. Okay, I didn't see many games last week. So the only game I saw was the Baker Mayfield blowout. So
yeah,
that's like literally the only game I saw. All right, last game for the week, for the NFL week anyway. We got Monday night game, Buffalo at Seattle. This is Cincinnati. This is probably going to be the best game we've had all year. I mean, I think the over under is like 52. I mean, it's up there. So I'll go first on this one. I went back and forth. I really did. But I got to stick with Josh Allen. I mean, flat out, he's just my guy. He's the guy that's done it all year. I mean, he's had one bad game, I think, all year. So even though it's Cincinnati, I'm fearing of the defense that Buffalo has against Burrow. I mean, Burrow can sling it. He's probably better than Favre was, and that's now. So I think it's going to be a close 3-point game, but I think Buffalo somehow ekes it out because they need this game as much as Cincinnati does. So especially to stay ahead of Kansas City. Danny, what's up? What do you think?
Well, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals because they're my pick again.
Got it, Cincinnati.
I believe Burrow's going to the Super Bowl back to back.
Again, back to back. Wow, Danny calling it. Cincinnati going back to back years.
And they might.
These are the hot takes I want on this, so people actually, subscribe. That this is good stuff.
I believe he's going to go again, and he might even win. I don't know why.
Wow. Okay, so maybe win. Okay, I'll give you that. I expect that on the football sheets I do out for the playoff pool. That's one of your picks, your winners right there.
Oh yeah.
All right, Tony. Who do you think? Buffalo, Cincinnati.
I agree with Danny. I'm taking the Bengals.
Bengals. Okay.
I think it is going to be a close game, and like you said, I think the fans are going to help them win.
Okay. By that. They're a scary bunch over there. Okay, so now we'll do the college picks. And I know, Tony, you said you don't know college. But I'm assuming you know the top 4, right? You know who the top 4 teams are?
Yeah.
Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know all the players. So we'll do the first game, Fiesta Bowl, TCU at Michigan. Michigan's a 7.5-point favorite. At least that's what it was 2 days ago. They might have gone up, down. It might stay the same. This is a pretty tight matchup, honestly. I mean, TCU is very good. I've only seen a couple of their games. A lot of it is highlight. But for me, I gotta. Oops, I always hit that wrong button. I have to go with Michigan. I think Harbaugh's got a strong team on with Michigan this year. I mean, for whatever reason, it's clicked. I mean, they're undefeated. I think they're undefeated. They might have one loss at most, but they've clicked. So I'm going to go Michigan. Okay, Dan.
I'm going the opposite. I'm going with TCU.
Got it.
Michigan is one of those teams that play down, saying, and I think the corn dogs are going to play to that weakness that Michigan has, and I believe TCU is going to win.
Corn dogs or Horned Frogs?
Horned Frogs. I said dogs.
That could be their nickname if they lose to Michigan.
That's
all right. What do you think, Tony?
I'm going Michigan.
Okay.
I want the Cinderella story. I want them to finish with an undefeated season.
They are undefeated. Okay, so you did. I was right on that. Good.
Yeah.
I'm not always right, so. All right, Peach Bowl. We got the Ohio State. I didn't want to write the. I'm not giving them that much credit. And number one, Georgia. They're a 6.5 point favorite.
And Georgia's also undefeated. So.
And Georgia, yeah, I figured Georgia's undefeated.
Yep.
Okay. So okay, Dan, you pick first.
Well, in college, this one I gotta go. I usually do the underdog. I pick TCU in the other game, but Georgia's too good to. They're gonna beat the crap out of Ohio State. So
got it.
Go Georgia.
Georgia for Dan. Okay, Tony.
I want Georgia to play Michigan, so yeah.
So you got Georgia.
Yep.
Got it. See, I want to pick Georgia because of everything you guys just said. Something about that Ohio State team, and they got Marvin Harrison Jr. That kid can catch and run like the best of them. That's the one of the guys, probably the only guy on all these 4 teams I've actually been following is Marvin Harrison Jr. And I hate the fact that I'm saying this because I'm not a fan of them at all, but I'm going to go Ohio State because I think I'm listening to Herb Street too much too. I think that's part of it too.
Yeah,
I'm kind of buying in.
Yeah, they'll beat Georgia if Harrison Jr. can run all over Georgia, they're going to win Ohio State. But I think Georgia's defense is going to knock the crap out of them.
I hope you're right. Like I said, I fear that's not the case right now. So, I mean, anything's possible. That's the fun of these college games. It literally could be anything possible. I actually debating.
Other than him, who do they have?
You're right. You're right. I don't know.
I mean, like if they double team, that's the only.
He's been double teamed and still come out on top. Yep. He's got the height. Yeah. I don't think the Giants. Of course, this is what happens. Every time the Giants are good, there's always one good wide receiver that they can never get because they're good.
Yeah.
We're going to be at 20 or 21, and he's going to go at 3 or 4. Of course, when we got Odell, he was at 7, but look what happened. So,
but you never know. We might get him back, though.
I know. I probably if that's for a later show. If he does come back, that would be great. But he's got to come back in that slot position. He can't be the lead guy unless he's going to be. He won't be. And I think Dable will do what he's supposed to do, with that.
Yeah, I think we got one of the best coaches. I mean, the best coach that we've had before Tom Coughlin. But
yeah,
I feel that they did the right move with that coach.
I think so. So let me just go to this. Let's see if I can present with three of us here. Just want to show the screen. Sure. Okay, we can do that. Good. It looks like I'll clean it up a little. This is a little bit of a mess, but this is, So we differ on a couple. So someone's going to win. It doesn't look like there's going to be a tie. So we'll see. We got 9 games to figure this out. So we'll see. I'll recap this on Tuesday. So hopefully Jay will be back. I don't know. So if Jay's back or not, we'll see. If not, maybe I'll ask you guys back. I'll get Steve back. We'll see. I can have more than a couple people as long as you guys can do it. So, I appreciate you guys coming on. I know it was a little tough for you, Tony. I appreciate it. But it is what it is. I think this was a good little short podcast that we got. I want to say Happy New Year's to you guys, and Happy New Year's to everybody that's watching. Okay, we'll see everybody in the new year. The next podcast is going to be Tuesday, January 3rd. I haven't come up with a title for that, but there will be a title coming up soon. All right. Take care, guys. Dan, Tony, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.
End the broadcast.
Happy New Year.
All right.
You Happy New Year.